Hi everyone, wishing you all a very happy new year. So, as all of you are aware, the CLAT 2021 notification is out, and with that, we have officially entered the CLAT 2021 season. So, in this video today, we are going to understand the online application process for CLAT 2021. What are the details required for that? What are the documents required for that? And all of that in detail. But before we go ahead and take a look at the application form itself, let's first quickly run through a few basics regarding the CLAT 2021 exam that has been released so far. So the online application form filling has already started from 1st of Jan. And the last date for the same is going to be 31st of March as always. The application fee is again 4,000 for the general OBC PIO categories, and for SC, ST and BPL categories it is 3,500 again as in the earlier years. The exam date has been announced as Sunday 9th of May as of now. Again, it is subject to change depending on the current pandemic situation. So any changes to that, any updates to that, we'll definitely keep you posted. But as of now, the date has been announced as 9th of May from 3 to 5 p.m. And again, similar to last year, this year CLAT 2021 will also be for admission into the 22 different national law universities that we have. Right. Official website again is your consortium of nlus.ac.in as before again. With respect to the pattern also, there haven't been any changes to the CLAT 2020 pattern that was announced, just that this time the mode of exam has been announced to be offline. Right. Last year, because of the pandemic and all, it was later changed onto the online mode. But this time, as of now, it has been announced to be conducted in an offline paper-based mode. Exam duration is still going to be 2 hours. The number of questions, as similar to the 2020 pattern, is going to be 150 questions, 150 marks, +1 for every correct answer that you attempt, and a negative marking of -0.25 for every incorrect answer. Sections, again the same 5 sections we have, and again it is going to be, the pattern is also going to be similar to CLAT 2020 with respect to the passage based reasoning kind questions that were introduced, right? So no major changes except for making it an offline exam. There aren't any changes announced, at least so far. So again, anything that comes out, we'll definitely keep you posted around that, but otherwise it is going to be similar to the 2020 pattern itself. Right. Now, moving on to the application form now, a few things that you need to have ready before you begin filling the online application form. Let's take a look at these. So you need to have a valid email ID and a valid mobile number for sure. Now, email ID, ensure you use use one which you regularly check, right? So don't give any other email ID of some friend or of some relative that you rarely check, and you might end up forgetting the password and all of that, because all important communication is going to happen through this mail ID and through this phone number. So ensure you give in valid details for the same, right? Again, have all your details with respect to address, name, parents' names, marks, and all of those things ready before you start filling in the application form. You need to upload a passport size photo while submitting the online application form. So ensure you have that in the JPEG or PNG format. And you also need to upload your signature again in the JPEG or PNG format. So ensure you have that ready as well. Coming to the different certificates, in case you're applying under SC, ST or OBC category, you have to upload a relevant document for the same, right? Same is the case for in case you are applying under the BPL, that is below poverty line, or the any physically handicapped category, PWD category, that is, you need to be able to upload some relevant document for the same issued by the competent authority. You need to upload it at the time of the application itself. These are a few things that are needed before you begin filling the online application form. Again, read the instructions that are given on the CLAT website. We'll go and see where the instructions are available, but ensure that you go through it thoroughly before you start applying for the before you start filling the form, that is. Right now, the entire application process is divided into different steps. The first step is wherein you register yourself, as in you are giving your mobile number, email ID, name and details when you first register yourself. Once you register, again we'll go through the process in detail. I'll show you how to register and do all of that. Once the registration is done, then is when you will be able to fill in the application form. Again, the application form is divided into different steps. So there's one page where you fill in your personal information, the next page where your communication details go in, the qualifying exam details, preference details, reservation details, and all of that. So it's divided into 5 different tabs wherein you will fill and complete each of them. Then after you submit the form, you will get an option to make payment. Once payment is done, that is when the application is considered to be submitted successfully. Right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this website and see the application form and how to fill it. Now, once you log into this website, that is consortiumofnlu.ac.in, you will see this page opening up. You can go to the CLAT 2020 tab here. Right, the first thing, like I said, you need to do is register yourself. So click on the register here and fill in these details, right? Your name, your mobile number, your email ID, put in a password for yourself, and ensure that you remember the password, of course, and then click on register. The minute you click on register, you will receive an OTP to the mobile number that you have just given, so that you can fill in the OTP and activate your account. Right. Once you activate your account, the screen, something like this, will open up wherein you have to fill whether you are applying for the UG course or the PG course. Ensure that you do this very, very carefully. Right. So go ahead and click on the undergraduate. We are explaining the process for the UG course right now. So you can click on this undergraduate program and then click on apply for CLAT. Right. Once that is done, let's go ahead and understand how the remaining process for application is going to look like. Right now, I've already filled in some of the details, so I'll go take you through the details of the same. Once you have selected the UG course, a screen like this will open up, wherein you click this button on edit application form. And then here is where your entire application is going to open up, right? So here you need to upload your photograph. Again, like as you see, I've already uploaded a photograph, but while you're uploading, remember this thing, once you click the photograph, you have an option to make adjustments so that you ensure that the entire photo is, fitting in the frame and it is not getting cropped unnecessarily, right? So make that adjustment and upload your photograph. Same is for your signature. You can upload it, adjust the size, and then finally hit OK on it, right? Fill in these details very, very carefully. Applicant's name, gender, date of birth, father's name, mother's name. Again, these are details. Remember, you have to fill in as according to your 10+2 certificate. Whatever details are there in your official documents, ensure the names and every detail matches according to that, right? So fill in your name, gender, like I said, date of birth, father's name, mother's name, nationality, select Indian or other accordingly. I'm selecting Indian here. Now, the next couple of tabs here are very important. Let's go through this. Now, this resident status tab, understand, it is only if you want to claim a seat under the NRI, OCI or PIO reservation category. Because if you are claiming a seat under non-resident Indian or overseas citizen of India or person of Indian origin, click only in that case. Otherwise, you can leave it as I have left it here. Right, all India category, this is again another very important thing that you have to pick. So I have picked the general category here. In case you are claiming the seat in any of the other categories like OBC, SC or ST, ensure you pick up that one. For example, if I select the SC category here, you see a separate tab opening up wherein you have to submit or upload a copy of the relevant certificate. So in case you have selected an SC or an ST or an OBC category, another option will open up wherein you have to upload the relevant document, right? So since I'm selecting general here, I do not have that option anymore. Next, the question is, is the candidate in the EWS category? That is, do you belong to the economically weaker section? Select yes, no accordingly. I'm selecting no. Again, are you in the NRI sponsored category? Again, select yes, no accordingly. Right. Next comes the person with disability statement. So again, select yes, no accordingly. Again, here, in case you select yes, you see that another option comes up wherein you have to upload the relevant document, right? So I'll go ahead and select a no for now. Right. Same is the case with this about BPL category, below poverty line category. In case you select a yes, you'll see a separate tab opening up for you to upload the relevant document. Right. So these three things are very important: your All India category, your EWS category, NRI sponsored category, PWD, as well as BPL. So ensure you select all these categories very, very carefully. Right. Further on, there's a question about domicile state, as in the state of your residence. I'm going to select, I'm going to select Telangana here. You can select according to whatever your domicile category state is, right? So you can keep pressing this button, save as draft at every step. Next comes the communication details page. So you can put in your correspondence address here, select the state, district, pin code, and in case your permanent address is different from your correspondence address, you can give in 2 different addresses. In case it is the same, just type in the same thing once again. Right. So again, here is where you're putting in your mobile number. Remember, this is the mobile number of the applicant. Put in the same number that you used to register for the process. And then there's another mobile number that they're asking, an alternative mobile number. So you can probably give in the phone number of your parents, so that in case of any emergency, the details can go into the alternate mobile number as well. Right. So again, once we have filled this page, we'll click on Save as Draft and move on to the next tab, which is your qualifying examination details. So select the required category here. Are you from the arts or commerce or humanities or science stream? Pick one suitable for you. Type in the board or university that you belong to, whether it is CBSE, ICSE, or any state board. Right. Type in that accordingly. Next is the status, whether you have already appeared and passed for the exams or you yet to appear in 2021. You can select that accordingly, right? Month of passing, year of passing, put it in. If you've already passed, you can give the month and year accordingly. If you're yet to pass in this year, you can put in the month and year accordingly, right? There's also a field to enter your percentage, so you can do that if that information is already available. If you've already passed, you can fill in that information as well, right? So again, we hit on Save as Draft and move on to Preferences. Now, one big change that has happened in the application form this year, if you see, is that the preference for NLUs has not been asked at this step. And there's one instruction page that I'll show you where it clearly says that the preference for the NLUs has to be entered after the results. The last few years, we have seen that the preference, you were supposed to fill in the preference along with the application, online application at the time of filling the online application itself, but this year that has been removed. So understand the preferences that we talk about here is only the test center preference, as in where do you want to go and give the exam, right? So fill that in accordingly. So I have given Hyderabad, Bangalore and Vijayawada as the top 3 preferences for me to take the exam. You can decide, you can put in your preferences according to your convenience, right? So again, like I said, these are only test center preferences. These are not your NLU preferences, right? Once this is done, again, we'll go ahead and click on Save as Draft and then move on to the final tab, which is your reservation. Now, this is a very, very important tab, as in here is where you pick your category. I mean, if you see category as in the extra categories like domicile category, and there are certain NLUs that give you reservation on other different categories also, like maybe J&K residents or domicile of J&K, wards of Kashmiri migrants. Different NLUs have different categories, so you can go through it in detail and select if you belong to any of those categories, right? Now, at every step, you'll see that, for example, in case you have a domicile of Karnataka, and if you're clicking on that, you see that a pop-up comes up saying that you will have to produce a relevant supporting document at the time of admission. Right, so if you are clicking this, I mean, if you are applying under the domicile category of any particular state or any other category for that matter, you should be able to produce a document at the time of the admission. Otherwise, your admission, as it clearly says, could be cancelled, right? So here I'm going to go select, are you a resident of Telangana? Because in the earlier screen we had put domicile as Telangana. So I'll clearly put yes here. And then there's a little information that pops up as in who is eligible to claim under the resident student of Telangana category, right? So you can go through it, you can read it. As it says clearly, if you have studied for 4 consecutive years and you're appearing for the exam also from the state, then you can claim under this category. So I'll go ahead and select a yes. Now, if you see here, already state level default category has been selected as general category of Telangana, because I had given my all India category also as general. So this has been selected by default. In case you had chosen some other category, you can go ahead and select the relevant category within Telangana also, right? Where SC of Telangana or ST of Telangana, OBC, in the different categories of Telangana, you can click on that. Right? Like I was saying, some other universities, that is some other NLUs, also give some seats for J&K residents or domicile of J&K and all. So in case you do want to claim under that category, if you do belong to that category, you can click on the relevant options and then go ahead. But remember, whatever category you're clicking here, you should be able to produce documents supporting your claim, right? So ensure you have those ready at the time of your admission. So once you have seen all of that, there are different categories, you can always go through that, right? Since I've already clicked mine for Telangana and there doesn't seem to be anything else relevant for me. For example, GNLU, if you see, it gives you another sports quota. So again, you should be able to produce some documents in that context, right? So finally, you have this option where you say, you click this, I do hereby affirm that everything is correct. Once probably you can go through all the details once again to see if everything that you have filled in is absolutely correct, right? And then once this is done, once your preference reservation is also done, you click this checkbox and then hit on submit, right? Once we hit on submit, confirm your action. And then again, a page like this will open up where you can clearly see status is submitted, but payment is pending, right? So go ahead and you can further make payment by this. So application fee, like I said, for general category, it is 4,000. In case you want the previous year question papers to be sent to you, click yes or no accordingly. But in case you do yes, an additional 500 rupees is going to be charged. So I'm clicking no for now. Total amount is 4,000. You can confirm your payment, right? And then another screen opens up. So you can go ahead and hit the pay now button. Here is where you can give your email ID that you use to register, right? So let's see what happens after that. Right, again, you can go ahead and choose whichever relevant option is for you to make the payment and fill in the relevant details and then go ahead and complete the payment, right? So I'm not going to do it right now. You can go ahead and finish the payment, and once that is done, your application form will be completely completed and submitted, right? So let's go ahead and look at the status here. Like clearly everything else is done, payment is what is pending, but you guys can go ahead and finish that off. Now this tab, as you can see here, undergraduate tab that you see here, ensure that you go ahead and look at each of these in detail with respect to eligibility, syllabus and guide, question paper format, right? All of these are available here. Ensure you go through and read them very, very clearly, right? It also says that the consortium will be releasing some extra preparatory materials for the UG program. So once your application is done, once you have successfully submitted, you'll get access to all of that. And most important is to go through these instructions very, very carefully, right? Most of this have been discussed as part of the video, but I suggest that you go ahead and read through all of them once again, right? So these are details of the documents that you have to upload, application fee details, and all of that, right? As you can see here, it clearly says that the candidates have to fill in their preference order for all the 22 NLUs after the results are declared, right? So just ensure that you go through all of this in detail and don't miss out any important information, and fill in your form very, very carefully, right? Like I said, once the payment is done, your form would be submitted, right? I think that is all with respect to the application process that is involved. So feel free to reach out to our team in case you have any further queries with respect to filling the online application form. Our team will be more than happy to help you out. Again, enrollments for Abhyas Law Prep's early intensive crash course is already going on, so you can reach out to us at these phone numbers or this email ID for more details on the same. And that's it from my side with respect to the CLAT 2021 application process, online application process, that is. And I hope it was clear. Feel free to reach out to us for any further queries that you might have. Thank you, guys. Have a nice day ahead.